2, 1.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means? It's Mondo Kool.
Mondo.
Cool. Episode 6 coming at you live. We are here
live,
on Twitch.
Live.
We are here. We're live every time.
Like,
Tuesday, 9 p.m. Pacific.
Come
look at our faces.
We're telling people now.
We're finally letting them know.
Okay.
Now that we're affiliates and we're like cool and shit.
We're really doing
It's
it.
time to let the people know.
So
So
where can they find us? Twitch.com Mondo Kool?
Twitch.tv/Mondo Kool with the
yeah.
dang K for that search
With the K.
optimization.
wow,
Engine optimization.
SEO, baby. SEO
We come
game.
up. We're the first results.
SEO
yeah.
squad.
Be proud.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's actually rare as hell.
Mhm.
Also, what day is it? Just for, the
Just for
listeners
the fine
at home.
people at home, today is August
22nd,
27th.
22.
Wow.
That's good.
2017 years
22.
since the boy died.
That's fucking
Boy
crazy.
died.
since they caught that boy.
Damn.
But yeah, let's get into this. It's your boy Mark Lane,
Mm.
aka Some Black Kid
Legend.
87. Here with me on my left, we got
Enrique. Hey.
great name.
Hey.
I like it.
Raprique.
Raprique. Okay.
Raprique today.
I like it.
And to
Yeah.
the right, we
I'm
got
Austin Dodge. Howdy.
hell yeah. Well, we got a great lineup of shit to talk about today. And let's start things off with the album announcement, rumors, and hype. All that good stuff. Gucci Mane leading things off, sharing thoughts
Gucci.
on his new album, Mr. Davis, and gives us a nice little sample
I
with
Get
a
the
new
Bag.
track called I Get That Bag featuring Migos.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love
thought
it.
was-
I
was
love
like-
it. Yeah, okay, cool.
For me, I feel like a Gucci Mane has like two speeds.
Yes.
Where it's like solid or fucking dope.
Yeah.
So this was one of the fucking dope. Everyone's firing on all cylinders.
Yes.
Great takeoff verse. Great Quavo verse.
It didn't get left off.
Gucci going in. Gucci actually
Gucci
hard,
went in.
but there are bars from Gucci on this
It
one.
was good.
And I was like, wow, this is great.
Hey.
I was like, hell yeah. So if the album's gonna be more of this, Mr. Davis is gonna be a strong, highlight.
So
I'm
I liked the verses and stuff, but I thought the beat was a little boring. Kind of like what I expect.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
I was just like, I thought Takeoff was great on it, and I
Yeah,
thought
it
Gucci
was
was
like
great.
Takeoff really going
But
in.
then I thought Quavo was a little weak.
It's fair.
Yeah.
And in general, like I remember their verses, but like I watched the video for that 5 days ago it came out. I was like, I don't remember a lot of it.
I loved it.
And like maybe I'll go back to it and I'll like it more, but like just initially I was just like, oh, this kind of sound again, okay. And
That's
it's
fair.
I don't know. Maybe it might grow on me, but I wasn't like wowed. But I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is just like what I expect.
That's fair.
That's fair. I thought it was sick.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
there's like I get like the sound thing, but I don't.
Totally.
Gucci Mane
I
is
like
one of
that
those
sound.
people. Yeah, like I don't expect
Gucci
he's ever
is
gonna.
like a sound. He's gonna do the same like style in a way
Yeah.
a lot of the time, and also just like I like the music video a lot. Just some fellows walk around the house, like
Just
I miss a
chilling.
classic like, hey, I'm at my own house video,
and it's
then
very nice.
also just really quick as a concept, I really like seeing Migos as the feature on a Gucci Mane song because
Yeah.
like Migos been giving out features to everybody and their sister the past like while, specifically Quavo, but like. It's so funny seeing like everyone and their sister wanting a Migos like feature right now. Like when 3 years ago, no one fucked with Versace. They're like, "What is
They're
this?
like,
Why
huh?
is this? I don't get
Hannah
it yet."
Montana, no one liked
Hannah
it.
Montana, no one fucked with Versace. No one fucked with Hannah Montana, and now all the people that didn't get it are asking for the feature. And it was exciting to see a feature of Migos on someone who really deserves it and wanted a feature before the hype.
Hell yeah.
Good shit.
So yeah,
I
Mr.
was
Davis coming pretty early September, and I'm pretty pumped. Following up on Drop Top WAP, which was that was
that's right.
that was more in the like just solid. Like
Just
I was like, this is okay,
cool.
But I think this one's gonna be more of like one that I might actually return to like on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
I feel
What's
like last song was cold. This song, Burr.
Burr.
What
Burr.
was the first thing he came out with when he came out of jail?
Was it like
First day out.
Yeah.
First day out. He had that picture of. He has.
that was a song, but that wasn't the whole project.
Well, that was First Day Out
wasn't
the
his-
Feds, and then that like project was called First Day.
And then there's
Out.
that,
Or no,
that
it's like
video of him by the
Out.
pool where he's just like taking his shirt off, like blowing in the wind, and he just
Yeah.
looks like healthy as fuck. And it's everyone was like, "This
Like,
isn't the same
who?
Gucci."
Everyone's
I like
who's
that everyone.
mans?
I saw in the comments for that video, everyone's very much aware of Gucci's weight
Yeah.
because they brought it up as looks like Gucci's getting fat again.
Uh-oh.
I was like, come on, guys.
It's been a topic.
He was pretty known for having like the gut, because it was
I
like
know.
a very unhealthy looking gut. Like
Yeah,
it's a very
yeah,
much like
no, I
a
know.
beer
Burr.
belly, lean belly,
Burr.
but like
But I was like,
So seeing him very much in shape, because it's not even like he's like skinny, like he's like swole, like he looks good.
He looked healthy
Yeah.
as fuck.
So it was like,
he could kick my ass.
Did he break up with his girlfriend? The one? Who
no,
was,
his wife now?
His wife? I didn't know that. I'm just wondering because I know that she watched like everything he ate.
Yeah.
As part of like an interview. So I was like, maybe he is gaining weight because of that. I don't know.
No, I thought they were doing great.
I don't know. No, I don't know anything. I just based that.
Don't put that in the ether.
I literally
It's
just
funny
made,
as hell.
Yeah, I just made that up.
Love is dead if they break up.
Yeah,
I
that's
just want
fucked.
you to know. But moving right along for more album announcements, the Kool Kids have announced the official release date for their special edition Grandmaster Deluxe album. The two are back together again. The single was great. Great music video, great single. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
It's coming September 15th.
The one single I've heard, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that was a great single.
I didn't see it. I don't know.
I like it.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know anything about.
You know about the Kool Kids?
Nothing about them.
Nothing.
I mean, if you can refresh my
Have you
memory.
heard of Sir? I mean, you might know them individually. Because
Potentially.
Sir Michael Rocks?
Sir,
Chuck English?
Missed it. I don't know. This is one of the things on the list where I was like, no idea.
One
Like,
of the
literally no idea.
premier mid 2000s internet rap, like pioneers.
Yeah, like they're pioneers of,
Really?
like,
So
internet
there was
rap,
like
super,
Soulja Boy was like one genre of like internet rap, and then these were more like more like Neptune sounding, like more.
It was more hipster rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like they were like the hipster.
Maybe if I heard a song, I'd be like, yeah.
But they were like the first to like pop off of MySpace rap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were known to just being like a little more odd, off kilter and strange in
I get
terms
that.
of like their taste and what they rap about.
So are you two personally excited for this album?
Yeah.
I am.
Like Sir Michael Rocks is really cool. Had
Cool.
a pet monkey for a while.
You
Was
gotta.
into like anime and fighting games.
You gotta.
He's just a cool dude. Chuck English is like mad hilarious and chill, and a really good producer. So they're a bunch of wildos, and I'm excited for what they got coming on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this like the new song is really hype.
Yeah.
It's super fun, and they both have like very distinctive styles. I think that work off each other very well.
A great
So I'm
duo.
excited.
Hell
I
yeah.
heard that like since I found out like Sir Michael Rocks after when you showed me.
Right, right.
So like when I went back and I was looking at like the history, apparently like the mixtape was huge, but then I was part of like that trend where the album
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
as big.
Kind of like now.
Like where like it started that trend that's consistent till today.
Right.
But,
everyone still struggles with that.
But then when they released the album, it was like a little too late, and then they
Mhm.
just kind of like it didn't pop off as much as people wanted it to.
Yeah.
So hopefully this time, I don't know, they can reignite the
Right.
flame. I guess that and with their sketch show that's coming out.
Oh
too.
yeah, I keep forgetting that. That's a
Yeah,
thing.
they have a sketch show. I don't know
Kid
if it's
Squad.
I don't know if it's gonna be like a on Comedy Central or something. But
I feel like
don't
it's
know,
gonna be one of those
Adult
stupid like
Swim.
app only.
You think
things.
app only? Who knows?
Like Golf Media
It's being,
shenanigans.
I saw it was being directed by one dude who's directed like stuff for Comedy Central before.
Heck yeah.
So they might have like a little sketch show on there.
Hell yeah. Well, moving right along, Lil Wayne coming out with a, classic Lil Wayne statement saying that it's all good, in fact, and he can just drop the Carter 5 whenever he wants.
Uh-huh.
He just wants to make sure he does it the right way.
Yeah.
You think that's what's holding him back? You think there's no legal issue? It's just kind of like, oh, the time hasn't been right. I don't have the album rollout prepared that I
mean,
wanna.
The man's had the album roll out years ago. The hype straight actually died. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks it's a detox where it's not coming out. But is it at a point where he wants it just to come out right, or is it at a point where my biggest fear is it's an outdated album that doesn't fit the current sound, which is gonna be interesting as hell. But if this album comes out and it sounds like 2012, it's gonna be weird. Kind of like the album we were listening to the other day, the autobiography or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it just sounded dated, and I'm concerned. Lil Wayne's album right here may be tracks from 4 or 5 years ago,
I know.
and maybe that's the reason it's not coming out.
I think he also shouldn't name it the Carter 5 at this point.
He's got to put out something as the Carter 5 now.
No, I think he should just not.
Young Thug
Do you think he
kinda-
wants to have a detox? I mean, he had the barter.
I feel.
Yeah,
I feel,
the barter was a pretty funny meme.
It was funny. I was pissed when I actually.
I was like, that's because I wasn't fully on the Young Thug band then, so I was like, oh, that's so fucked up. I was like, who does this guy think he is?
I'm still
That's
mad.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I think he's
that's
hilarious.
Unreal.
Funny
I
ass
think it's
play.
Well, it was
but-
amazing when it was originally going to be called just the Carter 5. And he had to legally not name it that.
That's
But
so
that was
amazing.
It
hilarious.
is funny, but as as much as like you can't. I mean, Lil Wayne created the Young Thug sound, in my opinion.
Oh,
like
yeah. Sure.
everything Young Thug sounds like is directly sourced to Lil Wayne. So then
Agreed.
just disrespect the man who taught you it all. Kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's a good album and he's a good guy, so it sucks because I'm in this weird place of like, fuck that move, it's stupid. But also, that's fucking savage hilarious.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I fall. But he's good.
I think that partly ruined the joke of like it existing, so it just shouldn't at this point. The Carter 5.
I think
I think
it
it make
should
a good album.
I feel like it
Yeah.
should exist more because he needs to like bury the barter. But if he doesn't, the expectations are insanely high.
Yeah.
I say that I think they're too high.
I think they're too.
not
It's like
worth it.
Detox level. It's like I just.
Has he
it's,
released-
It's a mythical project.
Has
That's
he
just
technically
not
released an
coming out.
album since Carter 4?
No.
So like he can't put out something next and just be like it's not the Carter 5.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He can, but will everyone just like okay?
Yeah.
Dre did it.
That's
I guess Dre did it. Yeah. But we
Detox
never
never
stopped
came
talking
out.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but-
we'll always meme the Carter 5.
Definitely.
Yeah, but that was the way to do it.
Yeah.
At that point, because now he can. It's not like people know it's just not going to come out. Like no one's still expecting Detox.
Right.
No one's
We're
expecting
good.
Detox.
We moved on. We got what we wanted.
I don't know, man. I'm so
People
torn.
just want music from.
I want the
Lil
Carter
Wayne.
5.
They want.
I do.
I want it to be
just
good
give
though.
I
If
want-
he
I
drops
agree.
the Carter 5 and it's like you said, it's 4-year-old tracks, I'm gonna be like, well,
okay. How about this? Carter 6. What if he calls it that?
I would.
I'm in.
respect
That's the final move.
If he calls
Carter
it,
100. Like
Yeah, if he does like the Carter.
Carter
Infinity-
69.
If
Finally
he-
do Carter 69.
So, I
He's
think-
referenced it in
Holy
music.
hell.
Just do the Carter 69. He's brought it up so many times. Like he's
So-
waiting for the Carter 69. Just do the Carter 69.
I think he should do the Carter Infinity, and then just like end
Ooh,
it.
Carter Forever.
Carter
Just call
Carter
it
forever.
Carter Infinity, Carter Forever. Someone let him know.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
just do
that
one of
move.
those.
That's it.
And then just kill the Carter there.
Or
That's the end.
fuck the Barter 5.
Yeah.
That's a good
Do
play
our
as well.
Barter 6.
Barter 6. Barter 7.
The farter.
How would you feel if it was called the Barter 6?
I would actually think that's kind of boss. I would be in.
That'd be kind
That's
of
something I'm down for because he.
I think he should wait till Young Thug has a really hyped up album that's not coming out and just name it that.
Yeah.
I think that
Oh
would
my
be
god.
amazing.
V-Play.
That might like crush him, just
The
because like the
play-
anticipation would be even higher.
I
But
think
no,
that'd be
just
amazing.
drop it. I want him to do a Lil Wayne rapper drop and just like straight up find out Young Thug's album like title day before it comes out. Release whatever that is with a slightly one-letter different title.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'd
Even
love
if
that.
it's not the Carter 5, I want him to like fuck on,
I think that's a
Young
I think that's a
Thug.
good
That would
move.
shake him to his core.
shake him, fuck him up. He stole your
You
sound.
think that Young Thug would
Young Thug would not take that well at all.
that'd be
Good.
crazy.
That would launch into a
Lil
massive
Wayne is not
beef.
that savage though.
No,
No, he doesn't have to be.
no, because
He's
he's
just not
chilling.
that type of person.
Yeah.
Just chill.
So yeah, we'll see what comes out of that. But moving right along to
Damn.
the new singles, the hot new tracks
Singles
of the
hour.
week.
Singles hour.
Starting things off from the boys who are dropping so much this month. ASAP Mob drops the single for the Cozy Tapes.
Cozy boys.
Too cozy. Feels so good. The boys coming at it with a solid little single.
Thoughts?
I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was like a decent track. It's no Lamborghini High in terms of like all of them
Fair,
together.
fair.
But like it was a nice little catchy track, you know? Like certainly it'll be an enjoyable song on the album. Definitely not like the biggest standout, but like I was like, pretty cool.
I thought song was tight. The video was significantly tighter.
Oh yeah, the video's
Video is like fucked
great
up, scuffed
aesthetically.
iPhone 2,
Yeah.
and everyone was pissed, and I was like, good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. The like lo-fi aesthetic of like seeing the ASAP Mob in a way that you see your friends in iPhone videos was really like, I don't know, fun and exciting because like you can shoot something well and I could see the details, or I could like, I don't know, feel like I was there and I took this video myself. I liked it a lot. A lot of people did it, and that's cool.
I like the look of the video. I didn't like the song that much.
Fair,
I
super
thought,
fair.
I thought the video was cool looking. I even liked how mad people got, especially because
I loved how
I watched.
pissed
I
people
also
were.
watched the live performance of it on. I think it was like Jimmy Kimmel or something. And then that one, it's funny because that looks better. And then people comment on that. And they're like, "This is the real video because it looks better." I'm like, "That's stupid."
Nah.
Quality heads, get out of here.
But I just like it was kind of like a little boring. I don't know. It's just like Lamborghini High is like my expectation.
hype.
Yeah, just like I was ready for like a hype track, but this was just
I
kind of
don't
like
know.
a
It's just like with ASAP Mob, it's just like such a mixed bag with me.
Mhm.
Like I'm just like sometimes they come up with songs that are fucking awesome, or there's like a really good pairing like ASAP Ferg and Rocky. Just whenever they're together,
They
it's
kill it.
Pretty
Pretty
awesome. But then like I don't know, the last mixtape really threw me off. Just like the amount of features from people who are not in ASAP Mob.
Yeah.
And like just like sounds that are like a little dated too. And
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's just like I want them to be good.
Right.
And this was not proving it. It was like a proving moment almost to me, rather than like it's all right, but I'm disappointed.
Right.
Because I really want them to be great. And I think they're capable of it, but this is just like, this is all right. I see like there's an idea here, but like I don't know if it like came off as hype as you guys thought it would be. Like there's still like good bars here and there, but like as a song,
nice vibe to it.
It's like a vibey song.
Yeah.
Like a song, I think I wouldn't skip it if it was on the album, but I like leave it in the background. But I wouldn't like go like, hey guys, fucking listen
it
to
out.
this.
Yo,
Like,
this is the banger. We're at the house party.
And
Everybody put on "Feel So Good."
And,
Nah,
I
it's not that.
feel like that's a bad move on their part. I feel like they should have a fucking big
Banger.
song. Yeah.
Because like if this is like in the album and like I was hearing it for the first time in the context of the album, I'd be like, oh, it's a pretty good track, you know. But as like the lead out single is like,
I hope
think
for
it's
this
a good
new album
introduction.
they focus on themselves as opposed to bringing. I mean, like Telephone is great, but like that's not like an ASAP. That's just
Mob
an
track,
ASAP.
yeah.
It's like I don't know. Maybe they're scared.
I know.
to do just with the mob because I don't know. It's just like every song on that tape had a feature
right.
or somebody
Yeah.
else, and I'm just like, dude, if you have a crew of like 6 people, you don't need anybody else.
Right.
Like it should just mostly
It should be you guys.
It should just be you guys.
And I think that's like the problem because I mean to kind of compare them to who we're really excited about right now, Brockhampton, they're just not all firing on the same level.
Right.
So you have like, you know, a Ferg and a ASAP. I mean a Rocky, who are both like, you know, they're good, they know how to work with each other, and they're like at the same level of talent. And then you have like 4 other
But
people
very
who are
different.
like,
But
very
yeah,
different
yeah.
and can just bounce off
Yeah.
2 different styles at each other. And then you have like Ant, Nast, and 12E who are like this like mixed bag that no one that hasn't like been formed solo even. So like they don't even know how to like together
like
fit
you
them.
take like Lamborghini High, I think a song where they all work really well.
Right, but
It's
they
a really
did
good
work
song.
together for that
So that's
one.
like that gave me a lot of hope and got me really excited.
Right.
But then like I don't know, that song was out forever until the
Yeah.
mixtape came out. So yeah, hopefully they get their shit together and they make a really good. Maybe this is just like the clunker, who knows,
Right.
or just like the okay song
That's true.
for me at least.
And ASAP Rocky did preview a little stuff on his Instagram Live that sounded pretty good. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The hope's not dead. I'll say that.
I hope
The
it's
hope's
good.
not dead. And speaking of releasing stuff, MF Doom is part of his 15 tracks that he's or 13 tracks that he's releasing.
Wild
He
play.
released a brand new song I
Yeah.
listened to 2 years ago.
Another Lucy that's been out there in
Damn,
the
those are the
ether.
worst.
Like
And,
this is like so disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
Because I listened to this song like 2 years ago, and then like it was just not. I think it was a leak. I don't know what happened,
Yeah.
but I remember the specific thing that bothered me the most was that like the flutes were like too fucking loud, and it sounded like a cool track, but those flutes were really obnoxious.
So you
And then-
think with the remaster?
Yeah, it sounds better. No, it's not any different. It's literally like there's some minor differences, but it's literally the same song. I remember because I put this song on my like iPhone and I listened to it a couple times, and I went back to my version and I was like, yeah, this is the same song. So
Yeah.
thanks, thanks MF Doom.
Apparently, I'm confused about this part because apparently it's going to be part of a new KMD revival track, but
Okay.
no one else in KMD is involved in this song. I mean, it's just Doom and Jay Electronica.
Maybe new KMD is MF Doom and Electronica.
That would be an interesting way of announcing that.
That'd be a crazy thing.
I would be like, whoa.
But it's also crazy because it's been existing for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like,
so
or at
I'm
least
like,
a year and a half or 2 years. I remember listening to it in Alston
Right.
in my room. So that has to be about like 2 years ago.
because I remember there was the concert footage where everyone was hyping, oh, like he has a new song with Jay Electronica, and I was like, oh, all right.
What was that? 2 years ago?
That's about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Like you said, yeah. And then that was like a big thing, and then here it is, like slightly tweaked. But saying it's for a forthcoming KMD album called A Crack in Time is interesting. I want to be excited about that. I definitely need more information. But he also followed up today with a new track called Doomsayer, and this one is actually
I
I have
missed
not.
that one.
Oh fuck! I didn't read that.
I missed
didn't
that
listen
one.
To that.
I didn't see
Oh,
that one.
I sent y'all the notes.
I didn't see that one.
I
missed it too.
The thing is, I just listened to. I was like, oh, I listened to that first song. I didn't even notice.
Tis,
I want to hear
tis.
the Alchemist beat too.
How does that sound?
It's pretty good.
Alchemist
It's
classic.
the first like official track that I haven't heard anywhere else. It's Doom by himself carrying a track. Pretty
Produced
good.
by Alchemist. Too.
Produced by Alchemist.
The classics.
This is like
so
the
it's
most.
not like Neruvian Doom where it's just like
No.
I'm doing yeah, you're cool, and then like
This is the first one where I'm like, wow, this is a Doom song that I can like be happy with.
That's cool.
So I was like, all right, that's cool.
You know KMD. I mean, like that's also
That's true. For the people who
Yeah.
don't, I can break this down for you. So MF Doom, the self-proclaimed supervillain of rap, actually does have a supervillain backstory. He was originally a part of a early 90s hip-hop group called KMD that burst onto the Yo MTV rap scene with a song
Classic.
called Peach Fuzz.
The original Mondo Kool.
Great song.
A song, a great little, jazz sample,
A little ditty.
jazz sample ditty about being, trying to get the girls, but they don't like the fact that you only got Peach Fuzz. You're not a real boy. You're not a real man. You're just a boy. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's a great song, and they had an album called Mr. Hood. Did pretty well, decent, but then they were ready to have the world be brought into their sophomore album, an album called Black Bastards with a very controversial album cover of a Sambo-like figure being hung. And so obviously they presented it to the label, and the label was like,
Nah.
we
Jeez.
like
That's so crazy because
That's
like,
fucked.
no one would bat an eye at that today.
yeah, today that would just be like some
Oh,
hard ass shit.
edgelord, bro.
But like in '95, they were like, we can't put this out.
I mean, it's still bad.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're black. All three black
I mean,
guys.
do you? Yeah, no, totally. I'm not saying don't do
Jay-Z
what
did
you want.
the Story of OJ video. That's basically that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So they put it out. Label rejected it, and then to make things worse, MF Doom's brother, who's in the group, a rapper named Sub Rock, gets hit and killed by a driver in a hit and run accident.
They'll get you.
So the combination of the loss of his blood brother and the label kind of just shutting down their latest project, MF Doom, who at the time was known as Zev Love X, went off the grid, went into hiding,
How
and
about
would
that?
eventually come back as MF Doom with the mask and never show his real face
It's
again
good.
in public.
And even just to add to his like supervillain character, his whole thing, like he did the whole thing where he did a bunch of shows, and because he has the mask,
Yeah.
it wasn't even him. He did so many concerts where
With
it was,
an imposter.
hey, let's go see MF Doom, and then you show up and you see the show, and you're like, wow, that was great, and you have no idea that's not even the man's behind the mask. He literally was just like, well, fuck
But
it.
I like
supervillain style, like
I like too
boss
that
play.
he would commit where like a Death Grips would just like not show up and have
Yeah.
their music on an iPhone.
It's like, well, fuck it.
MF Doom was in the crowds of those events, just like chilling.
Oh, I didn't know about that detail.
That he would like chill and like talk to people in the crowd and be like, yo, what's up?
That's a critical detail.
They would just have like no idea.
What do you think about this guy?
I mean, you could kind of tell if somebody kind of
You
like
would
MF Doom.
you would
But
kind
You know
of
half of his face.
yeah. You should be able to know. But like
He also has a very
It's also
distinct-
dark. You're at a hip
very
hop show. Like,
distinct voice too. I don't
but
know.
then I feel like there's so many
You think
MF
he-
Doom fans who don't know about
That's
KMD.
true. Do you think he also has like he does like a higher pitch? He's like, hey. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he
walking
probably
around.
did. He probably masked his voice because that's what would give it away to me.
Yeah,
Is
the
I'd
voice-
be
that's
like,
why I
this
said
dude.
his voice
Yeah,
is
I'd be like,
very,
this
very-
dude sounds like Doom.
wow, you sound like the guy on stage.
Yeah, I'm like, this.
Can you
is
imagine if
weird.
he did get called out mid-show?
I think that's honestly how
Oh, there
people
it is.
found out.
There's the cat.
Hey, Mr. Cat.
What's up,
appearance.
Mr. Cat?
How
Mr.
are
Cat
you,
in the
pal?
chat.
So yeah,
Damn, that's
maybe
crazy.
KMD back at it after all these years. I don't know, something to get kind of hype about. But Doomsayer is also really good. We'll see. You never know what that man is up to.
Hey, speaking
Yeah,
of
I don't know. I thought it sounded like a classic MF Doom song. I was like,
Yeah.
an
Wait,
MF
do
Doom song.
you listen to Doomsayer?
No,
this one, the True Light Years.
Oh, okay.
I listen to True Light Years. I've listened to MF Doom quite a bit, but I think he's like incredibly talented lyrically, and like, of course, he's got like a lot of talent, but he sounds like MF Doom, and that's it. And that's fine.
He's a pretty distinct style.
He's exactly who he is, and I think that's respectable.
Fuck yeah. And speaking of being exactly who they are, Action Bronson has given us the second single for his upcoming album. This one titled 924-7000, a follow-up to 924-11, which is on the first Blue Chips. And it's featuring everyone's favorite fat guy, Rick
man's.
Ross.
The man's.
And this single, I gotta say,
everyone's favorite fat guy.
That's
I like
not
Bronson.
true.
I like Bronson.
I'm glad you called me out for that because that's not
check.
true. But I actually like this track a lot. This was like when we were talking about what I like from Action Bronson before. This kind of is it. Like I was like, this is the nice production level. This is like there's some bars in here. Tell me you got excited about the Calle Trace mention.
I did hear it. I know that they hang out. And he makes some tostones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Legendary.
That's really sick. I hope they have a collab track.
Yes, I want it real bad.
Collab Residente and Action Bronson.
That would set my world on fire.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, this was kind of like, because I don't know. Basically, what's going to happen is this album's going to come out. I'm going to listen to it while I'm playing video games, and it's going to be great.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like that's what I'm going to get from this.
I agree. I thought, it's basically what I wanted. Yeah. And it sounded good. Rick Ross was okay.
Oh, yeah. Rick Ross, interesting feature choice. I've been wondering for the longest, does he have to like email the producer the little like Maybach music, please? Because he's like, I feel like he's the only
Mr. Cat's on the keyboard. Take the keyboard off the thing, can you? Oh, he loves keyboards.
He's wildin'.
He loves keyboards.
He's on the loose. For listeners at home, we have a cat, and he is going crazy on our set right now. But yeah, I mean, do you have to like send them the clip and be like, "Hey, just throw on my fucking ad lib"?
Maybach music.
Because it's everywhere.
Well, you can find it. It's online. I downloaded it.
Yeah, I mean, I know they.
Of course,
that's what really happens, but like. It's
no,
just so ridiculous that he has to like fucking.
You don't think he has like a very specific like his own special Maybach music sample?
He carries it on his keys on a flash drive.
Like a gold USB.
Yeah. That says MM on it.
He's like, this is it, the final piece to my verse.
And then he fake crashes his car for the clout.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Unreal.
He's
but
fine.
Yeah, he comes in, he talks about drugs he didn't sell, and you know the usual.
He's fake as hell.
Talking about Florida.
Speaking of Florida. The Florida God, Denzel Curry, releases a nice little new single. Very different in style. He releases a new single called Skywalker. Pretty solid track. More singing from him.
I was pumped. I was excited to like hear something that I thought was... It was like better than, in my opinion, the Water Bottle Flip song.
Yeah, Ultimate?
Song. Yeah, the Water Bottle Flip song.
I love that.
That was sick.
The
Water Bottle Flip song, yeah. I think this was better than that. Like, I liked it.
I don't know if it's better, but I did think it was interesting, and I would listen to it again. Like, I want to, like, I think it's an interesting song, like sound for him to do, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was, like, I loved it, but I would, like, I'm interested to, like, I'll play this again. I want to know how, like, I want to delve deeper into this.
It's an interesting style.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know if I want like a whole album where like this is the style he's gonna do it in, but I think it's a nice like change of like another thing to add to his arsenal.
He needs a break from his
because that is the same thing. Like that can be exhausting for a whole album too. So I think it's nice for him to have.
You get like fatigue, especially his earlier stuff, which was less nuanced.
Yeah,
just, like, you get like kind of tired of it.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's a part of my issue with Ultimate. It's a fantastic song, but it did get overplayed like crazy in the meme world.
And
which is not his fault.
Right. And do you think because I feel like rappers aren't acknowledging the fact that like the memification of their stuff is like boosting them.
I think they know.
We had it with Bad and Bougie. We had it with fucking Black Beatles. We had it with
I don't think
Ultimate.
Denzel Curry had any clue.
Oh, he didn't. I don't think he knew, but I think there are rappers now who are like, I need to make a meme song.
Right.
I think they know. They know they got to make the meme
song.
song.
I agree.
And I'm also even noticing
some of those examples. I think some of those were purposeful. While I think Denzel Curry specifically wasn't, because that's just such an odd person.
Right. It was just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I do think, and this is kind of funny because this is like I feel like something we don't talk about in hip hop, but like internet world and internet culture, I feel like I am seeing a lot of rappers jump on the SEO search engine optimization trend with their songs. I'm watching so many people, and we'll get to it on the ASAP album, but my man's is using SEO, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Yep, big time. But I don't have a good transition for this.
That's fine, but you know what's great?
You blew me off.
Jaden Smith. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring SEO into it, but
you stole my sauce.
Speaking of knowing what they're doing, Jaden Smith
dropping another little Lucy. He just drops songs when he feels like it. But new single, Diamonds version 1.
I want to hear your opinions, and then I'll give my honest one.
Here's the thing. The thing that stops me in my track with Jaden Smith is honestly that it's Jaden Smith.
Yeah, I know, that's everyone's
Like, if
issue.
you presented this song to me and told me it was
a
anyone other than Jaden Smith, I'd be like, this is
Young
interesting.
Gas Station on SoundCloud. You'd
Yeah,
be like,
I'd be
okay,
like, what's Young Gas Station up to?
This is pretty good.
This pumps. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, it's like sonically pleasing.
Uh-huh.
But then when I just hear any like lyric and I just think that it's Jaden Smith, I'm like, oh my god. It'll be like all this money. Always like money's not a problem, and I'm like, yeah, because your dad was in Bad Boys too.
Because your dad's in Men in Black, my guy.
Your mom's in a Blockbuster right now. Like it's just distracting.
Yeah, there's no climb.
I think the only thing I took seriously was when he was like probably at Tyga's house playing the violin. I was like, sure, Jaden, sure you're doing that.
Hit it, yeah.
That was hilarious.
But everything else, I'm like,
Man.
is this the kid who was on Wild Wild West intro?
Wild Wild West.
It's just distracting. But I mean, the beat's cool. The flow's kind of cool.
You hit your review, then I'm ready.
It's
But-
just like all he does is just pick a trend and
Yeah.
does a song. That's like what he does with every, like, look at all the singles. It's just something that was popular then that he liked, and he just like cribs it, and he has like the money to get the producers
Yeah.
to make, and he's like a modicum of talent in order to like sound right.
Right.
But it's never like, I don't know. I seem mean, but like this is what it seems like to me.
Well, because I think
not
the
me, that's
problem,
fair.
the problem is that he wants to be like the other rappers so bad, but I'm just looking at Jaden Smith.
Really, all you hear are just, but it's like I just hear other popular people.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I think you've been listening to Drake recently. Like, or it's
Yeah.
like, it's like when any song comes out, it's like, oh, you've been listening to this now, huh?
Oh, you like this music now?
Yeah.
And so
I
I
was like-
wish he would just find his own sound and do something.
I don't think he has the attention span. He's too like, I don't know. It seems like
Next
he's almost.
generation.
It almost seems like spoiled to me. Like,
Yeah.
Like his positioning, just because he doesn't have to like work to like make music. Like he can just make music for fun, and he does like people live off of music. He doesn't matter.
Right.
Like he's just fine
He's
already.
gonna live anyway.
Like,
He's just
I
chilling.
know it's not fair, but like then he talks about shit like that in his song, and I'm like, this is just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? As someone who recently, and I was thinking about this a lot, I've recently been listening to a lot of songs specifically because of the way they sound rather than lyrics. I think lyrics are incredibly important, and like there's always a place for it. But I'm currently in a phase where lyrics are secondary until there's a baller one, and then it's the first thing I care about. But I didn't even like barely listen to the lyrics on this song. As a sound, this song by Jaden Smith, tight, good, nice. I don't even know what he said. So in that sense, like, it's fine. I don't know. It was a fine song. Nothing about it made me say wow, but I said, wow, you're just sustaining. It's a sustained track.
Yeah.
But that's what he's been doing.
That's the thing is he's
like-
been sustaining forever and ever.
for 7 years.
And nothing about it's bad. I don't think it's bad by any
No.
means. I like his music.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like his music is just like palatable in that sense, just because he just has the money and the connections in order to get the people to show up.
Yeah, I think he
Like-
definitely comes from a place of not needing to have any sort of like struggle or climb. So when he talks about like the climb or the struggle, I can't take any of that seriously.
No.
So he probably shouldn't. I think he should just keep picking these meme topics that are popular this week and doing that shit.
I mean,
but also, do you, man?
I think he should also just form his own sound other than just being influenced.
I would
by, like,
agree.
whatever.
That's
I mean,
a really
he
hard
can-
thing to do,
He can
though.
be influenced, but I'm just saying, just like, I don't know, try to create like a full album, and then you might find something.
Yeah.
Like,
Find something that
rather
works.
than
But
just cribbing from everything else that's popular.
As much as I agree with you, like I totally agree. Like he needs to create his own sound. But as someone who is comfortable, doesn't have to deal with struggle or climb or moving on or getting better. He doesn't have to get better.
No.
He can put out something that's worse than anything he's ever put out, and people will like it.
But he wants to get better.
He wants to get better,
He wants
so-
to be that, like, he wants to be like a visionary.
He wants to be legitimate.
Totally. So I feel like as far as his sound goes, he needs to do that. And I think personally he needs to like create his own sound. But it is the riskiest thing he can do. And as someone who's legitimately, I feel like, made a lot of sustain tracks where he's just sustaining, like, I can just live this comfortable, easy, like, I've been doing just fine lifestyle. He's either going to stop this flat line and peak or plummet by trying to create his own sound. It might be the worst thing he's ever done. It might be the best thing he's ever done. So that risk, I think, is scary for him.
It's definitely scary for someone like Jaden
But I would
Smith,
love to see
but
it.
We'll see.
I'd love to see him do something that's very him.
I feel like if not, he's just gonna have like a slow. He's just gonna
Jaden
sustain, but just slowly decline. Like, I don't know, in 5 years, if he keeps doing this, people are gonna start losing interest.
Totally.
So he needs to do something.
I would agree. I'm curious how long you can do the sustain track technique. Just drop singles on singles on singles until, until you can put them all together and say it's an album.
If that's what works.
I mean, maybe he just thinks himself as Jay Electronica, but like bad.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't think that highly of himself.
I hope not.
He could see though, like knowing he's that type of person.
Yeah, I wouldn't put past Jaden.
Huh.
I think too. Props to him. I think he has a cool voice and it can be used pretty well, and as like instrumentally. And I think Tyler even recognized that, like on Potholes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if he can find a good little niche, he can make some interesting music.
Yeah.
I think he wants to be like a Tyler type, or like one of those kind of like manage his own brand with like that Misfits thing.
Right,
and, like,
right.
Push people and be like an influencer. Like.
Oh, absolutely.
But he can't do that unless he like
does his
the
own
work,
thing.
puts in his own work.
You can't be like an influencer and copy everyone's influence.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's that.
Yeah.
But speaking of influencers,
it's time to move on to the World Star Report.
We got our
Breaking
man
news coming in.
XXX influencing, and Mark with the story.
Influencing these Canadian teens.
I'm just coming out of Canada. Can't keep my dick in my pantsuka.
My mans in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, decided to pull up to the local church and play Look at Me over the church's PA system.
Play this shit in church.
And he was...
He legitimately took the bastard lyric to heart. Play that shit in church.
He went
did.
all the way in. And as you would expect, the church was rabbled. They had no idea what they were expecting.
What about when the lyric was, I gave her dick, she amen? Amen, that's religious and nice. She's praising God.
Could you imagine if the church people
they were like, oh, wait, yeah, keep it
there
going.
it is.
No, he said amen. I gave her dick, she amen. So...
How much jail time?
Maybe.
Well, it's up for he's got arrested under 3 charges.
XXX.
And I'll bring up the charges right now.
What do we
It
got?
is for he's mischief to religious parties,
That's
religious
fucked.
property.
Mischief? You gonna get, what are you, Harry Potter, my guy?
Disturbing a religious service, which I did not know was
And maybe
a
in
straight up
Canada.
crime.
Wait, this just seems like 2 of the same laws.
Yeah.
And service in breach of recognizance.
What the fuck?
The classic. Yeah.
Well,
You know,
he deserves it.
Maybe going to jail.
What a ne'er-do-well.
He'll be able to meet XXX depending on how X goes.
Yeah, depending on what's going
Maybe
on
he'll
with
get to meet
it.
him.
What a fucking ruffian.
They'll be buddies. He'll be his new partner.
Yeah.
And speaking of XXX's Tentacion's antics,
Bless
he's
him.
caught the attention of Eric Andre. And for those of you who don't follow Eric Andre's Instagram, he's actually a big proponent of hip-hop and throws out a lot of shout-outs to various artists. And recently, a little late, but he finally caught the attention of XXX Tentacion and was at first praising him. And then, I want to say a couple days ago, was like, oh, my friend, educated me on some of the crimes that XXX is charged for, and he's like, fuck that, and he's went completely the other way, and he said, fuck XXX
and Kodak Black
for their sexist actions, and condemned him. Said no one should listen to him and no one should support them.
Dude, I wasn't aware of
That's
the
like my
XXX
hardest
stuff,
thing.
like him like punching that pregnant girl.
So that one is
I looked that up, and apparently there's like a contention whether or not it's real.
Right,
and, like,
because
a bunch
that's
of
the
other stuff.
tough part, is whether or not it actually happened.
And I'm willing to I don't fully understand what's going on there. But
So-
Kodak Black, I feel like he has a point.
Right.
Kodak
Yeah.
Black
Let
is
me-
the one where I'm like, yes, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad dude.
Let me break down the XXX timeline here. So basically,
People need to know.
one of XXX's, his last
One of
girl,
his XXXs.
his XXX, his recent XXX, baby mama, he apparently, according to her, assaulted her. And at the time, he was hanging around with Denzel Curry one time. And she told Denzel Curry this, and he basically helped her go to the police and all this other
Shout
stuff.
out Denzel for being like, yo, you confided in me, let's do something.
Right. And
That's
because he was like,
boss
XX did this to you? Like,
I had
whoa.
no idea Curry was involved.
But then stuff started coming out that maybe she wasn't telling the truth, and that, with Look at Me blowing up, that she was setting him up and all this other stuff. And I don't know, it's a very complicated thing because X maintains that she was lying and she's setting him up. And then I failed to mention this when we first started talking about Denzel Curry, but he had an interview with Despot where he was talking about how things are going with Raider Clan, possible reunion. Apparently Space goes perp and everyone has resolved everything. So
Good.
Raider Clan is back in good contention, so that's interesting. But more importantly, he said that him and X squashed everything. They fully discussed everything. And
That's
he said
tight.
that He said that I didn't, I understand where he was coming from. He understands where I'm coming from. We're good now. So that makes it very, because Denzel Curry was like, who kind of put
the guy who pushed
to go and to have these charges in the first place, and now he's dropping it. And then we'll get into Kodak Black's album a little later, there's the song where XXX is on it with Kodak. And he has that song where he's like, last time I called the girl my wife, she told the world I hit her. And I mean, he's addressing this head on. And I don't know, he's maintaining his... So that one's a little tough. Kodak Black is a way easier target.
That's the thing.
Like, this man has
there's no contention.
There's huge proof that this man is not treating women well.
I went back and just looked through the
history of Kodak.
No, not the history, but specifically the rape accusation and some of the information around it. Boy, there is literally, it's black and white.
Yeah.
It is. He totally raped that girl.
Yeah,
and it's a horrible thing. And just reading it, it was damn, it was. I genuinely, I couldn't even listen to this project. It
Did
made
you
me
though?
feel. I know. I listened to 3 songs, and I just felt. It came up the news at the same time, and I was like, oh, this feels so shitty.
Okay.
And I just couldn't finish it. I was just this dude just sucks, and I'm like, it was just such a horrible thing to read. Just it was in detail, and it was just boy, this is so creepy. And the fact that he pinned her down in a hotel room and started biting her and saying he can't help himself, and then raped her, and that's scary.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I don't want to support any of these people's actions, and I've always struggled with separating the art from the artist as just a concept. And I'm not saying I support either of their actions by any means right here. I think Kodak 100% beyond guilty. Everybody knows it. It's Kodak black and white. Mm-hmm. It's XXX. Where I am torn because
that one's not definitive.
Yeah, I agree. That's a more.
It's because he's got strikes on his record, but I don't think he's 3 strikes and out.
Yeah.
And even the other things he's done, he's open about. The assaults against men, he's open about. The robberies he's done, so he's open about.
It's tough for me because I do not want to support these shitty people. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to this is the sound I like and these are the only people making it, Kodak I can pass any day, easy. We'll talk about the album.
Yeah.
X is my favorite sound right now. That and Slump God, and that's just the phase I'm in.
Yeah.
But also, is he a bad person? I'm not gonna say he's not, but I also it's so tough because I don't want to like bad people. I really don't want to support shitty people.
His brand is a bad boy, right?
Well, he's the hardcore one. He's the one that's gonna knock you.
But he's kind of a little dark and emo, edgy.
He is hardcore.
Yeah.
He is the hard. He wears the spike collar.
Yeah. It's but he has kind of that
roof.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking beat the shit out of you and I'm sad.
Listening to X makes me want to punch myself in the face.
Yeah. And it just seems I don't know whether or not he did these, but is it an image that's very easy if something were what happened is very easy to make believable. Right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. When you say oh, X did something violent, you wouldn't be oh no, he would never.
Yeah.
You'd be yeah.
I think we should parlay this quickly into the.
I agree.
Black album.
Let's move on into Kodak. We're already on Kodak. So.
I'll just.
Well, this was a controversial pick for me. This was kind of my first, what do I do here? Do I review this album or not? Because obviously last episode we talked about how problematic Kodak Black was in general. So I was like, do I even want to bother listening to his thing? And then I opened it up and I clicked on the first track, which is 7 minutes long.
And I fucking loved it.
No, but I was
best album of the year.
But I was in terms of I don't want to side with Kodak Black here, but he was I'm not these other rappers, and I have to say,
he's not.
Having a 7-minute track from anyone in that XXL freshman class doesn't happen.
That's 7 times longer than the average SoundCloud.
So I was I'll listen to this, and then going through the album, it was kind of not what I would have wanted, but I was this is gonna be a slow, introspective album, and I was all right, this isn't after all this controversy to have, and for you to make this project where you're looking inward. I was good. I'm glad you're not just giving me these I fuck bitches hype tracks. I'm glad all of these are slow and you grappling with a particular problem.
Yeah.
And he grapples with how like his environment has like created who he is and like what he's done, and he's trying to figure out ways to fix it, but he's also feeling pretty hopeless. So in terms of like he's a fucked up person, it seems more of like someone get this man like clinical help. Like it feels like I definitely condemn a lot of his actions, but I'm also like someone to help him, like someone bring him in and like help him fix these problems. Like he obviously has problems, he knows he has these problems, but no one's helping him. Like no one has his back really, and it's just kind of, this album made me think of like, you know, it got both sides of the coins here. So while I'm not like everyone should listen to this album and give it a chance and give Kodak a chance, but it did give me a chance to be like, all right, like this man needs some help, and he at least is like acknowledging that he needs some help. So I'm glad I didn't just get this album of like, yup, I'm out here selling dope, I'm really cool. Like it was all like, you know, I'm a project baby, like I'm fucked up, like shit's gone wrong, you know, I don't know who to trust. Like there's no real,
for sure.
There's honestly no real happy song on here.
I'm glad there wasn't.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, like that gave me a little bit of
for me.
Something, but like I said, it's more so just like a cry for help album kind of. Yeah. And I'm really curious to see what he does from here. I can just only say that I want him to get some help and just kind of maybe go out of the limelight a bit even. But then he also is, you know, I mean, he needs the money. That's the thing is, I think
if he goes out of the limelight, he's going to just fall back to what he's always done, which is, quote unquote, stealing cars is easy.
He can't. He's under house arrest.
But also, this is the man who steals cars. He's not gonna be, I gotta stay inside. Well, gonna sit down and
he already broke it.
Yeah. Case in point, unfortunately. So I feel like with this album, I was very excited as someone who's been beyond waffling on Kodak Black because I think he's a shitty person. Facts.
Right.
His music is pretty good, or at least his past shit. I like his music.
There's definitely some bars.
His rapping I love his flow. His flow is incredible. He has such a unique, interesting flow, and his voice is so
what's the song? I
beyond
want to say
unique.
There's a song early on where he's like, he does an amazing flow switch up. He says like, "I'm gonna switch my flow up."
Yeah.
I'm say like throw up, and I was like, "Ooh."
I was like, man.
Oh, it's the fucking. I think it's the XXX song they have together.
Sure. That makes sense. People experimenting with flows on an X song, you gotta.
But I was like, "Ooh, look at this flow switch up."
Yeah, but I feel like this album was really important for his like lineage of what he's made because I don't think he can continue at this point. Just being like everything is fine and I'm not shitty, you know. So I was really excited to hear an album where he was very much almost confessional. Like I can't. Literally, it was like the one lyrics like I can't go to jail no more. I can't go to jail no more was like a chorus.
Yeah.
But then he was also talking like, but stealing cars is fun, and I'm like, well, yeah, I get it.
He's like, I got these habits. Like,
I got these
my
habits.
trigger figure be itching,
so,
and
I have a lot of respect for this album in the sense that he's like, I am legitimately trying. So the way this correlates to reality and not music is if this man's is not really trying and he does fuck up again, this album is 100% crossed out from being legitimate in my opinion.
But I also feel like
he's trying, but like I don't want to give credit for trying.
He makes it pretty clear that like he's tried his options and they're not working, and so I feel like at this point he needs help. But I guess he has to himself accept the help.
I think he needs help.
So I guess that is still on him.
So I do see this album as a cry for help for sure.
Because if he doesn't get help, he's just gonna do it again.
As a hardcore masculine streets rapper, like you're not gonna cry for help by any means. But I respect the fact that he's like, I have problems and I'm trying really hard. But he best be trying really hard.
But he best take the steps to get
help. Or this is all just like
help.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
So do better.
Viceland,
your music's fine. Your music's just fine. Do better.
Viceland,
be a good person.
Get the man Siri Sapnam and do that therapist shit on
Put
my man Kodak, so he can like figure it out.
And don't let him wear a ski mask. I want to see those emotions.
I'll give my. I think I listened to 5. How many are there?
There's 17.
Shitty guy.
17, 6, 5.
Too many.
I think like 7 or 5 tracks.
Hour and 6 minutes.
And I did pick out some of the like feature songs, like I like the bigger ones, just because I was interested. But in general, it kind of felt like I heard the things he was talking about, and I was like, this is a dude because it's a cry for help, and like all these things. At least he's like kind of acknowledging it. But like in general, just like my like me enjoying this to me feeling bad ratio,
that's true,
was just so off. Like I was just like, I don't know if this is like good enough confessionally to me to make me feel good enough, like be like, oh, he's really trying, like is there, and I think it's a step forward, but it wasn't like enough to make me like engaged throughout as like some sort of like, I don't know, just like a weird way, but like narrative, like an anti-hero type thing where it's just like, it's just like obviously in this environment, like Florida's fucked up.
Yeah, Pompano,
like
Florida man,
Florida's fucking
pretty
crazy,
scary,
and it makes you insane. But I was like, it just wasn't like compelling enough for me, while at the same time being like, I don't know, me feeling pretty shitty, being like, this guy kind of sucks as a person, and I'm not like loving this music, so I don't know whether or not it's like worth.
I think,
and then like I just got, distracted by other stuff, and I just like, it just felt weird to go back.
Fair.
And like that's where I felt.
I think you're right. You said it's a step, but if he doesn't take the next step, then this, he's not meaning it.
It didn't feel like, I don't know.
We'll let the cat in.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
It wasn't like, I don't know. It was musically. I thought if this type of situations like so like public and like I can see like almost what's going on, wasn't like, if I didn't know of all this, I could be like, wow, I can get like all these beats are kind of cool, like they're like neat, like trendy like beats, but also kind of his voice is kind of cool too.
The voice is amazing.
With that super like that very like high pitched type like nasally. Like that sounds great. It sounds great.
And his flow's fucking. Yeah. No one's doing that besides Cardi B.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, besides Cardi B.
And so.
No shade.
Quick thought. No, here's the cool part is I think originally when I heard Cardi B do the Kodak flow, I was like, damn, you just stole a flow, but also like take it. Fucking run. This guy's a bad man. Honestly, if you take the Kodak flow and he goes to jail, or he just like, I don't know, I'd rather you get famous off the Kodak flow than the bad man's. But also, less shade. I'm getting less shade on Cardi B every week. I think she's great. She's good. She's good. She's good. She's good. She's really good.
So I think I'll rate this. Listen to us on YouTube, not on his account.
Yeah, don't give him the streams.
Yeah. Let's do it on YouTube in the one take, so he doesn't get the mid rolls.
Yeah, to do that.
Pirate it.
If you're like a diehard Kodak fan, if you're like really interested in getting into his music, or like you just haven't and you're just like kind of interested, I don't think this is a point where you should hop in.
Yeah, this isn't like you're gonna love Kodak Black now album or anything like that. It's just adding more to the narrative, and it's just kind of presenting a side to his story, I guess. And it's something, but I'm gonna.
If you're iffy on him, this is not gonna convince you.
Yeah, you're not gonna go.
It's not gonna convince
on
you.
either side. But
1 through 4, let's give
final thoughts here.
I gave
As always, the Mondo Kool rating system is an album will be either but cool or Mondo Kool. And for me, my final thoughts on this, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in a middle road of the cool. Just kind of it is what it is. This is kind of my final thoughts for it. I'm like, it's what I would have preferred in terms of what this album be, or I guess this mixtape be, and there's definitely still shows that he can flow and he's got some talent music-wise, but as a person, it's just like a little tough to like separate in terms of like my enjoyment from his music, but I don't know, I'm just gonna put it in the middle of the road here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I feel like I'm gonna give it a damn. Because like it's like he's a shitty dude, but it's a good album. So I'm not gonna give him anything past a 2. So he's gonna get a damn. But like you said, it's a great point. If you're gonna listen to this album because you're curious, I think you should steal it like he'd steal your car. Take it. Take it from him.
Treat his music like he treats people.
Treat his music like he treats people and just rip it. Just steal it completely and don't feel bad. Laugh.
Yeah, don't matter.
Yeah. But we got 2 more reviews tonight, and that's the end of Mondo Kool. Let's get the other one.
All right, ASAP Ferg with a follow-up mixtape, part 2 of the 3 drops coming out of the ASAP Mob Squad.
Who's 3?
3's gonna be the full Mob tape.
Okay.
What was the one?
Number 1 was 12.
Oh, okay.
So
Mob Future Tape.
This is the second release. We have Still Striving 2.
This is the one I got notes
initial
on.
thoughts. Yeah, there's a lot to say about this. Here's the thing. I like ASAP Ferg a lot. Production's great. Sounds good. There's some great highlights on here. This is kind of the weird situation for me where, like, I'll just straight up say it. Too many features, I feel like. There's a lot of features on here, and I get it. It's a mixtape. You know, it's not his next, his like follow-up album, but
Right.
it was just one of those things.
Glad it's a mixtape.
One of his best projects is a mixtape too. Though.
That's true.
Was that Hood Pope?
No,
And it was it Still
Is it
Striving
Cocaine
1?
Castles or what?
I think it's
Still
Still
Striving
Striving,
1, yeah.
which is the one with the first song.
Yeah, I think it's called Still Striving.
Okay, then that one is one of his best. That
Hood
Trap
Pope's
Lord.
an album, right? I mean,
Yeah.
No, Trap Lord and
Trap Lord's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Trap Lord
Trap
is the
Lord's the album
debut,
title.
yeah.
I was trying to remember.
yeah, that one's good too.
Trap Lord's
But
my
that's an album.
favorite.
That's an album.
That
That's
is
an
the
album.
album for
Yeah.
sure. You can tell too.
But yeah, the production is amazing on this. But interestingly enough, because the problem that I have with the features is not that like
So many features.
they're hiding, like Ferg doesn't shine on the song. If anything, like where you have like to compare this to a very similar album in terms of the features, you have a French Montana's Jungle Rules, right? 17 tracks, only 4 or 5 of them feature just French Montana. So a ton of features for a 19-track album. And the problem with that is it's French Montana. He's gonna give you 16 bars and a hook, but instead of having an album that's just a minute 30 songs, he obviously brings somebody on to help him out.
Not good enough for me.
But
That's the whole
Ferg
thing.
doesn't need the help, so
No,
I
he
feel like
doesn't.
there's a couple songs where I'm just like, cut your boy and just like give me another verse. Like for example, and I'm mad that this is an example, but Rubber Band Man.
Yep.
That beat is
With
fucking
Dexter.
no, Rubber Band Man's with
Not
Killer
famous
Cam.
Oh, Killer Cam.
Rubber Band is with Killer Cam, and on paper I was fucking pumped.
Yeah,
I'm like
Cameron.
Ferg and Cameron the God
Dipset.
on this fucking monstrous beat that sounds so good, great intro, and then it gets to Cam's verse, and I'm like, alright.
yeah.
I'm like, although I will say, I do like that like opening imagery where he has like the valet member. And he's like, what's wrong, petty boy? Like, there's only 6 of us. And he's like, yeah, but there's 23 cars. This shit's ridiculous. And I just like the idea of like
beautiful.
a valet attendant
That
that's
is
just like
so
tight,
nice.
who was just like, my mans.
That's just
I'm
like,
not
come on.
parking all 23 of these fucking cars.
Jesus.
I'm not giving you the keys. Stay in the hotel.
That's so funny.
But that was like funny to me. But after that, like it was just a really
Yeah, absolutely.
verse, and so I'm just like, oh, why is it just not another Ferg verse? Like, and there's just like a couple other ones like Made in Tokyo.
Opening
right.
with Meek Mill.
Even Yachty's is opening the album with Meek
a
Mill.
Meek Mill feature.
There I'm just like,
Weak still. Like, stop.
but then it's like weird too, because like on all of these songs, I love Ferg's verse. So like I like the songs, and I like all the songs. I really don't even have a song that I don't like, but I'm just like, all right, there's like a part of this song I distinctly don't like.
Yeah.
So I just almost wish that like some of it was just like all Ferg. And what's
Totally
annoying too is all the simply Ferg songs, like the ones that are just Ferg by himself, really good. Plain
shit.
Jane's great.
Well,
Nando's is
yeah,
great.
it is good, yes.
The finale tango is beautiful and heartfelt.
Really, really good.
Really, really good. I almost brought tears to my eyes. Good.
Did you
And
cry?
so I'm just like,
Really
I was-
quick.
Okay.
I was a little sad thinking about the imagery of him sleeping in Yams' bed.
Pause.
Yeah.
Where'd you listen to it on? Platform.
Apple Music.
iTunes? You're both iTunes
Oh
people,
yeah,
right?
Apple Music.
On SoundCloud, Tango is not on the mixtape.
Oh.
Oh,
interesting.
weird.
I did not hear Tango.
Tango's
I
like-
ended with Nando's.
It was like my favorite song.
Because
It's
It's
like
not
a
on
beautiful, introspective.
Damn it! That's the one I wanted the
Song.
most. I
Yeah.
really wanted what's the song where it's like everybody's going to the Cocaine
He
Talks
Castle.
about Yams'
But
mom.
like where it's like they're talking about like shit being fucked up and bad things and like dark stuff. I was like, damn, there was no like really like hard hitting. This is the realness song.
Yeah.
And why is
Oh,
it
well,
off
that's
the
what
SoundCloud
it
version?
ends with.
That's what I was really wanting. My biggest critique of this album was where's the Cocaine Castle? Where you're like, wow, there's bad things in the world too.
Oh, you get it.
Damn,
you definitely
I
get
can't
it with
wait
Tango.
to hear Tango.
You gotta listen to Tango.
Why
It's
did
Yeah,
he?
you
beautiful.
missed out.
Why
That's
did he
weird.
not put it on SoundCloud?
That is weird that
A
it's
lot
not
of
on
people are
there.
gonna listen to it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
But
I guess.
it's a beautiful final track.
Yeah.
And so my other thing is like, aside from like the posse tracks, like
The two oldies.
East Coast and Mattress Remix, I
Yes.
think are both like ones where like the features all sound great and everyone just sounds great as a unit.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ones that don't work for me, like the Meek, Made in Tokyo,
Meek Mill.
even Yachty's is just kind of okay.
Yeah.
I think that beat's awesome though.
Which
the
one?
Yachty one?
Oh yeah, that actually might be just my only
Yeah.
song that I think is weak. But there are a couple features I like. I do actually like Famous Dex's a lot. Coach Cartier. I like Coach Cartier a lot.
I do.
So I was like,
I did.
But overall, I really like it. I don't know. I just hope when we get the next album, he leaves some of his friends behind.
Yeah, really quick, I just want to jump on the 2 friend tracks.
Okay.
I thought
The
the
posse
way he did it
tracks.
was so interesting. The oldie style, everyone jump on, hey!
Yeah.
You know, I like those. Those are some of my favorites a lot of the time. But I thought it was so interesting how doing 2 posse tracks, the way he split his artists. He did the old heads, and he did the SoundCloud Next Wave people. Specifically separated, in my opinion. So, Mattress Remix, which was my favorite posse track. A$AP Rocky, Playboy Cardi,
And then the duo,
Famous Dex,
the duo reunion,
Rich the Kid.
Rich the Kid and Famous Dex.
Yeah, it was Wiley. So we got your SoundCloud kids all getting together after school to make a track, and then we got East Coast, which has Busta Rhymes to start, Dave East, French Montana, Rick Ross, and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
The oldest people in hip hop, and then the youngest people in hip hop. And I was like, wow, these are so separated, and it's interesting. Like, they are clearly split.
Yeah. You
It
couldn't
was
have
wild.
had Busta Rhymes on the Famous Dex.
And I'm just going to look right now, as far as SoundCloud
I
goes.
love Busta Rhymes on it.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes
great.
is the best
Classic.
verse.
Yeah,
best
he's
verse.
the
Classic.
best verse.
Snoop Dogg even killed it. I
Yeah,
like
they
Snoop.
did.
Yeah, like, I like the posse.
I just
tracks.
like love Busta. His voice is crazy.
Let's go!
He's such
Yeah.
a wacky,
Gotta respect
such a
the
wacky
god.
rapper.
Yeah.
Like he's like a cartoon character.
But last thing I want to point out on the 2 posse tracks, and this is interesting to me specifically as a SoundCloud idiot, the SoundCloud posse track has less listens than all the old heads.
Huh.
On SoundCloud, the platform where the SoundCloud rappers should do better.
I'm telling you,
Well,
there's this
no,
like.
it's just because, dude, there's like giants. On
Oh,
there.
they're absolute like legends.
It's like,
If
that's-
you have Snoop Dogg anything, like you're
it's
set.
Snoop Dogg and Busta Rhymes, just like a big people.
Huge people.
Like that transcends like anything.
Absolutely.
People,
But
not,
as-
not SoundCloud. Like not people who listen to SoundCloud rap specifically are going in to listen to that song. Yeah. Like just like even like a random old head is gonna be listening on
SoundCloud. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Definitely. But what is interesting is they're only off by like 10,000 listens.
Interesting.
So, like, as much as, absolutely, you got these legends who do come in as, like, icons, and we're going to listen to them because they've been around the block. It was interesting to
Is
see,
there a
like,
video
they are
for
doing
that?
better.
Is there a video for the? I know there's an East Coast.
There's an
video.
East Coast video. I don't think there's one for
There's
Mattress.
gonna be one.
Interesting.
There will be, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, a video with all the people for the remix? I wonder how much that hypes the listens on SoundCloud as well, just, like, knowing there's a video boosts your views like
Yeah.
crazy. But I don't know, I thought that was just, like, something to at least think about. I thought it was interesting. Also, I don't mean to take over here.
No, go for it.
But I think what was the single we reviewed of A$AP's like 2 weeks ago? Do you
Oh,
remember
the
by
Who
chance?
Dat.
Who Dat?
Which I did like better in the context
So-
of this project.
I just want to jump in as someone who does like social media and internet for a living. SEO rap, this guy's killing it. He got Who Dat, which the #1 song off Tyler's album, Who Dat Boy. So when you type in Who Dat, you're gonna get Who Dat Boy with A$AP Rocky. But if you type Who Dat with A$AP Rocky, you're also gonna get Who Dat with A$AP Ferg, because you have 3 of the 4 words right there. Guy's brilliant. You go
Marketing genius.
brilliant. Ready? Here's another one. The guy came through, was like, hey, I see what's 100% popular. I'm going to change it slightly for my purposes. One Night Savage.
Yeah.
He hit One Night, which is Yachty's biggest song, and then he used the catchphrase Savage, which is 21 Savage, and Savage is just an internet term. This guy is SEO game on point, and as much as I'm curious to how real this is, like, does he know he's coming through with the Google Analytics and kicking ass? Because if you look up these songs on YouTube, looking for the original Who Dat Boy and One Night or anything by 21 Savage, you're gonna find A$AP Ferg whether you like it or not in your suggestions. So who is deciding these titles? Does he know, and is it on purpose?
That's interesting.
Something to think about, because he is knocking these out. SEO tracks.
That's a really good point that I would have never brought up. But
I would've never thought of that.
yeah,
I thought about,
that's
as soon as I saw Who Dat 2 weeks ago, I was like, I want to talk about this. But then I saw One Night Savage, and I was like, no, this is real. This isn't a mistake. I'm making a whatever. This is, somebody knows that this is going to boost him. And it's working. So, that's a thing.
Shouts out.
I was just really impressed by, like, internet strategy.
Hell yeah. And it's working.
And that's like, internet strategy is not hip-hop, but as far as, like, making it in
Well,
hip-hop,
no,
you gotta
it is.
meme yourself. And
yeah,
you
there's
gotta,
some internet
It's
strategy.
like business.
it's business.
business.
And like
Business of, like,
Soulja
being
Boy's
successful.
techniques of like
Soulja
the
Boy's
LimeWire,
the
like
king
shit.
of that shit.
That's,
Ringtone.
I mean,
That's internet,
Jay-Z
yeah.
fucking did it with Sprint.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's just gaming the system.
You're
Yeah.
right. And
It's
this is
like-
the
some
most
people
brilliant.
definitely know.
I was
Yeah.
pumped. I was like, damn, I hope this is on purpose.
That makes sense.
Blew my mind.
Where I fell on this,
what are your thoughts?
I love A$AP Ferg.
This
A$AP
is your
Ferg is
this is your man's.
I love him. He's great. Last album wasn't. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like he was being a little too conventional in terms of like beats. He of course impossible,
Right.
because of how strange his word choice, the things he references. He's just such he's so him. It's crazy.
I love
and
A$AP.
that's like one of the best things. Just like everything he references is just so like you just wouldn't like words that he puts together is like only A$AP Ferg could string things together like this. And I guess because of like the features and whatnot, I feel like I just got less, and also just a more conventional beats. All good, but not like weird or crazy like sometimes you do beforehand. I feel like I got less of like crazy, like insane A$AP Ferg, and more just like hype A$AP Ferg, which is great. Which I like hype A$AP Ferg, but I also like kind of like the Danny Brown-esque, like insane person who can't sleep, or like he fucking just like he's just going wild,
Right.
or like in the music sounds like he's going crazy too. But all these are just kind of like these are all fun. He makes fucking hype tracks. He can do it. Like he's like it's probably nothing for him to do. And it just if he brings in a buddy in, it's just gonna be hyper. Like that, I think that's his like thought process, right?
Right.
And just like it felt like perhaps the songs themselves weren't as cohesive because of that to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of like the fact that he brought a person on and then it was just like a hype song. Because that's like the easiest thing to have a feature for. You know, bring in somebody like, let's rap about being fucking awesome. It's like, all right, word, and then they go on it. So. Especially, I think that it dawned upon because it's still like fun and it's still something I will put on, and it's like something I'll be driving around. And
Definitely plenty of songs I will revisit.
I'll revisit and I'll get hyped about. But like just like that last song, Tango, really like I was like, damn, I wish there was way more of this in this album, or at least a couple more. Because it's just like, if not, I would have been like, oh, it's a really, really fun album. I want you all to check it out. But because of that really just like, damn, A$AP Ferg can do a lot better. Yeah. And it's not like this is bad because it's fun. But if he can be this, the song before that's a little emotional too.
Yeah, Nando's. Yeah.
I like Nando's.
Yeah, Nando, but Tango specifically.
That was the closest.
Tango hits you.
That's the first thing I'm doing after this podcast's over.
Yeah, it's like, wow, like if he could be like implement this into the hype, which he's done before, and like I don't know if he can like some sort of like melding of both. I think that would create a very, very interesting album that can be commercially successful as well.
Absolutely.
So like, I think it's fun. Maybe that's the point of it. Was just because it's a mixtape.
Because it is a mixtape.
I don't know. His last one was the same, but I don't think it was done as well.
Right.
I thought this was better.
Right.
Is that the one with the Adam Levine song?
The one was I'm on a new level.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I thought this was done better in terms of
You know what
songs.
that was called? That tape? I don't remember.
I think it's called Still Strive.
Which tape? It's not a tape. It's
The
the
one
album.
with Adam
Oh, the
Levine.
album.
Bump
Shit.
on your face. I'm talking tape. The one where he had a bunch of. They had the Ferg walk or the drug walk or the something walk. He had a bunch of weird. He had a tape or an album that came out that was just like a bunch of weird ass songs.
Yeah, are you talking about the one with Ferg Somnia on it?
Probably.
Ferg Somnia.
Yes.
I Can't Sleep.
Yes.
That's my favorite one.
That's okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's
cool.
like-
I'm glad we're on the same page then because that one's sick. What is it called?
Is it called Fergalicious?
It's Fergalicious.
Fergalicious.
I think it might be
or
Fergalicious.
Fergavicious. It might have been Fergavicious.
No. You would have to.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Anyways,
show mixtapes. Goddamn.
Do you have anything else to say?
Oh,
about
Ferg
it?
Forever.
Ferg Forever.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Yeah, that I thought was his most interesting in terms of just like how strange and like I don't know, very
goofy.
Yeah, goofy and experimental it could
Adam
be, but
Levine,
also
I got $100.
yeah. And then he'll cut into like a song that is hype, and because it's not just a string of hype songs. When there's just a hype song coming out, you're like, "Oh fuck, it's time to get into this." But the whole time you're just like, "Oh jeez, this is so
exhausting."
Like it's just like a little exhausting. And perhaps if he just decided to be a little more introspective, which he's done beautifully at the end of this album, that's where those are my qualms with it. I think he's a very promising, great artist, and I hope he can come up with a more interesting project. Not saying this is bad, but it feels like perhaps with the SEO, if that was on purpose,
brilliant.
Perhaps this whole album was like a hype album.
It was. I feel like
it feels like both sonically with the features, with the SEO, like the naming thing that you just pointed out, and like the sounds too. It feels like it was
and
like
the features too.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I meant the features. I meant the SEO. I meant the names.
Yeah.
and like I meant the sound. It just feels like perhaps a little manufactured for directly to hit like the mainstream vein,
right?
Well,
big time.
That's a great analysis because like I'll run. This is the one album I took a lot of notes on. I'll run through them quick as heck. But like I think this is why I didn't like it so much. Is I've recently realized I just can't fuck with like heavily produced things in the sense of like I am going to construct this piece of work. Like it generally comes off like almost forced in a way for me. And so my notes on this one. Starting off with Meek Mill, what the fuck is that about? It's fine. Having so many features, legitimately for a second, made me think it was an album. Then when I realized, like, no, this is a mixtape by far, I was incredibly excited to hear it was a mixtape because I don't want this to be an album. I think it's good, it's fun, it's my least favorite project he's put out, but it doesn't mean it's bad by any means because I love Ferg. Mattress, tight. He had a song where he was doing like handoff rap with A$AP Rocky, where they were like doing one line for a second, and I was like, damn, no one's doing that like Earl Wolf style. Like that shit's so good.
That shit doesn't happen as often.
Doesn't happen anymore, and I miss
think
that
besides
so much.
this, like we only had Smuckers with Tyler and Wayne.
I want people just talking sentence for sentence back and forth because it's always magic, especially when they're good. One note on the song Plain Jane. Tight as fuck, very fun. I liked the flow, but the flow is exactly slob on my knob. Corn on the cob.
Well, he's directly referencing.
He did reference it, so like that is like
to all
it helps. 3-6 Mafia style. So I do respect that completely. The fact that he actually like referenced what it is.
Right.
But I was like, I wonder how many people are gonna know this 3-6 Mafia slob on my knob. But also they don't. It's not his job to be like, oh, you don't know this, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean he's just paying homage. Rappers do that all the time.
It's not like that's a rap thing to do is to sample and take and do things. Yeah. So it fits the genre.
It's an older thing too, so
it's very old.
It's not like stealing.
It's not stolen.
Not like contemporary, like Drake style, where it's just like
literally
you're kind of stealing.
I might have come out of Canada. Yeah. So and he did put his own spin on it, which I think is incredibly fun and interesting. So I don't want to hate on that by any means. But I do feel like this album was very like SoundCloud influenced. Like I feel like a lot of his stuff he was going for like SoundCloud, at least word bank.
That's what you mean, just like let's put Playboi Carti on 2 songs.
Well, not even that, but like the concept he's using. As much as everyone's talking about snakes and stuff, he's saying snakes in the lawn. I mean that's not a reference, but like Slump God just said that, and he works with Slump God, so like they're buddies and stuff. I feel like he is listening to a lot of SoundCloud.
That would be a crazy collab.
I think they did do one. Did they not? Yeah. I found one, and it's like fucking actually crazy.
Yeah.
Or is it Designer Slump God I'm thinking about? There's a Designer Slump God song too. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
That one's fucking crazy. Designer like speaks English on that one, which is crazy. At least that was the top comment. Everyone's like, this guy's going to speech classes. Anyways, yeah. Overall, sweet album. I wish Tango was on the SoundCloud version because I can't wait to hear it. Let's rate it.
Hop in the Apple family.
Well,
I don't have. Yeah, I would love to. If there's a spot in the family, I'd love to join the family.
I think someone left.
Well, then I'm in. So let me know.
Secret intel.
If it happens,
I won't throw them out there.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think someone left.
But
yeah. So my final thoughts. Well, a couple weeks ago we talked about how on 12E's project that he's really outshined by his features.
Yeah.
Where I felt on this project, Ferg was kind of dragged down a little bit by his features. And so for that, I'm still going to give it a cool because I really do like this project and I'm hopeful for what he's going to do next. But, you know, I'm just hoping next time he leaves his friends alone, kind of finds himself into this beautiful sound of both hype, introspective, all the aspects of Ferg that are really amazing and talented. So I hope he focuses a little bit more on those things for the next project. But this was, you know, it's good. It's hype tracks. There's songs I'm definitely going to be bumping for a while now, so...
Hell yeah.
Shouts out. I'll give it a cool.
I'll give it like a high mid-eye, somewhere around there.
I'm gonna go with the like, cool.
It's like almost, but like it's like a 2.75.
Just good.
2.75.
Yeah, to 3, maybe 2.75 ish for him. It's like
for him. That's also a part of it.
That's why I'm reviewing. It's not like it's in the it's not in a vacuum. I still think he's fun and worth checking out. Like I pay attention more to what I said than the score.
Totally. I'm gonna give it a 2.75 as well.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I've been thinking about this a lot recently. My friend brought it up that I recently have, or not recently, but I always have been comparing artists' albums to their previous works.
Yeah.
And I need to start listening to things as like single-hand projects more often. But I'm gonna give it a 2.75. It's an alright, cool.
I think I may have. I don't know if it was just all hype. I don't know whether or not I would have
like even
it.
if there was less features.
I was like, yeah. it's impossible not to compare it to older work.
Way more aight than cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of way
But
more
still
than
interesting.
Way more alright.
Way more alright than cool.
Oh.
Lil B,
BasedGod.
protect him at all costs.
Protect
But
him at all
also
costs, but also let him know.
But defend him at all costs? Because,
I don't know.
dude.
Lil B blessing us with his latest project.
Is it a mixtape or is album?
This is an album.
No, because I feel like some other people called it a mixtape, and I'm confused.
It's an album.
It's an album.
It's for sale. So
This is
like,
for sale?
This is for sale.
That
for
doesn't mean
sale.
anything these days.
True, but it's technically an album.
Okay.
Black Ken has been hyped up for years now.
Lil B, Black Ken.
And it's here. It's very long. And
Very,
What is it,
very
this
long.
is
27 songs?
movie length. It is
It's
95
an hour,
minutes.
30 minutes.
But it's like 27 tracks or
It's
something
27
obnoxious.
tracks, and so a lot of them are 5 minutes.
Yep. And
All
it is-
really quick,
I-
major note, every song is produced by Lil B himself.
I mean, you know it from the first
You know
track.
right away because the title, produced by Lil B.
It is.
And he lets you know pretty much what the production's gonna be like, and it's interesting. It is based.
I mean,
it's varied.
Let me. I feel like we have to like put almost like a preface to this review about like talk about Lil B,
yeah, I'm
like
ready.
the brand as opposed to the album because that's more important.
I
Right?
think
Almost.
so.
Like if you think about it, like Lil B is more of like a person people are a fan of like his personality, who he is, and like the type of like music videos, like his output,
Right.
Or like he's like in concept, but perhaps like as music solely is not as good,
Right.
or never has been.
Right.
But like there's always like song every once in a while there's a song or something that's strange that if you want to delve deep into it, like you'll be like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah.
Or like he's the type of dude who can release what was it, a 600 song mixtape.
Yeah.
Like
Insanity.
that's fucking crazy. But like that's Lil B. He's like
He's prolific.
He's hip hop's biggest, like I think by far, enigma.
Yeah.
As like a person, like he's a hard read. Like in terms of like you pick out some songs here, and if you try to like analyze it critically, you like lose. You
Right.
can't.
You
You
just-
can't do
you
that.
can't.
There's no reason. Like you know what you're getting into. Like
yeah.
if you think you're gonna, if you're like, oh, I'm listening to Lil B, you know what you're getting. Like it's not.
And
It's not Clams Casino Lil B, which I think might put off some people because it's
Right.
like Lil B, like Clams Casino Lil B will always like sound kind of cool, but like if you're just, I guess if you really want like really weird Lil B that's just like aiming to please very few people,
Right.
you
Well,
should check this out.
that's what I'm saying. I just want to jump on real quick on
If
that.
you are a diehard
Yeah.
Lil B fan.
But I think even diehards have to fall off this album in many ways because it's unlistenable. And like that, and like the only reason I say that is I love Lil B, protect him at all costs, like Task Force all day.
But with his
But-
production, it's
So-
very inaccessible.
Speaking about the brand being more important than the content, the songs, I think this is not rang like truer than this album because I don't know. This album is, I'm so on the fence because this is either him being like, fuck it, I'm legitimately going to produce everything on my own and like it just legitimately turned out bad, or Lil B being the king of mixtapes, the man who puts out the 600 song mixtapes. He's going to put out mixtapes all day and singles all day and whatever. I like his mixtapes, they're good, they're a lot of fun, but to then be like the biggest, most hyped project I think Lil B has ever put out, being an album, the one where it counts, say in a world where Lil B, and Lil B for starters is 100% like self-aware of who he is and what he's doing. Like
Right.
he knows his brand, he knows what he's doing. He's trolling and he's getting away with it because he's never admitted like I am trolling.
Right.
But he also doesn't have to.
but he's not.
But he's
all
also
the
not
time.
trolling.
all
Agreed.
the time.
And that's what I'm saying.
And I think he genuinely, like his base philosophy of like positivity and stuff, I think is very genuine.
I think he walks the line of being
Parody
100% real person who is all about positivity and good vibes and having a good time and understanding the power of trolling. I think he knows the power he has and that he can get away with and do anything, and people will be like, it's Lil V,
I don't
fucking I
think
love
there's
it.
anybody who's ever balanced that tightrope better.
He is like a legend in that sense. So I like to
Also,
think,
you could never play... You could play this album to somebody, and if you told them, this dude's been rapping for like 10 years.
this is his most anticipated
This
thing.
dude's been rapping for a fucking decade.
And you'd be like,
almost professionally.
Yeah.
Like, this is
So-
he still raps at this level. He can rap better. He's rapped better. Like
XXL
1,000 times
2011
before.
Cypher.
Yeah.
Yeah, or in other songs too, or in the pack.
Yep.
He's rap
So,
better.
yep.
But
in a perfect world, I would love to believe this is Lil B being like, all right, I see everyone saying this is my most hyped album that's been hyped for like years, and it's an album, so it counts. I'm gonna put out some bullshit.
Yeah.
So my take is if it's 100% like Troll Play, the coolest album that's come out this year as
Right.
far as like a thing. Sound wise, awful. If
I
it's
think-
not a troll, damn dude.
I think
Jesus.
it's kind of. I think we'll talk about it in concept, right? That's
Right.
what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Rather like we'll
That's
take.
what I'm trying to say, too.
Let's talk about this perhaps. But like in terms of musically, right?
Okay.
Like it's unlistenable. But what exactly? It's because he's like picking like 80s like early hip hop.
I
But
love
he's
the like
doing-
8 tracks in a row that sound like straight up like Run DM's like 88 circle
Yeah.
hip hop.
But it's also made in like garage band.
yeah, and they're just
and
like,
it
what
sounds
is this?
ridiculous.
Like we were saying, it sounded like
Someone said the first half of this album sounds like Lil B recorded it with a like furry Kangol hat on.
Yeah.
Like full LL
And there was
Cool J
actually,
style.
to me, there was one song that I thought was really, really hype.
Mm-hmm.
It was what was it? It was called like the Fire one. What was it?
Oh, no, like what the fuck's that one?
It's
called?
like-
I know which one you're talking about.
that song I actually
There's
thought,
one that's like like legitimately like kind of
I was
hot.
like I got hype about because he did like this raspy like voice
Yeah.
throughout it. And some of these even felt like Tupac parodies.
Yeah,
Like-
100%.
But like also very, I don't know, because then you take a song like hip hop.
hip.
Did you?
Hop,
But I mean,
hip,
if you listen to
hop.
the lyrics, it's just like he just like learned about it,
Bad.
right? No, but like but think about what's the point of that song, right? Like you gotta talk about like what is his goal?
Is it getting hot? No.
No, it's getting hot. It's getting
it getting
hot.
hot?
Getting hot is it?
Oh yeah, getting hot.
Getting hot's actually like
fucking-
pretty fucking hype, but like. I feel like almost this album's a journey of self-discovery because occasionally I would find something and I'll be like, huh.
Why do I like this?
Yeah, and it was just like getting hot. I liked, and then there's also the Mexico sit that went into like there is like little Latin flavored song called Zambose that was like it was just like, and it was partly. I was like, oh man, going into it, and then it came out a little better than I thought. And I was like, you know what? This was kind of funny enough where I could play it again.
In the Mexico skit.
Yeah, the
right
Mexico
before
skit
it?
right before it. And I like, there's a transition. And I was like, huh. So he wanted this album at first to be this very specific 80s sound, transition to a Latin flavor that gets lost immediately. Like 3 songs after. And then he goes like a real song.
Yeah, there's some serious. That's when like this album is a journey, guys. Like you're about to go places on this.
And it
You
ends
feel like you ran
on
a
a
marathon.
live track from
That's just
Hawaii.
like him
Because
hyping.
he goes in the show promoter skit asking him to go to Hawaii, and then there's a live
the album?
performance.
The title?
Yes. It's
How long's the last song?
It's live from Island Hawaii. That
It's like
song.
6 minutes.
That's like
Long as
no,
fuck.
it's 3 minutes.
Oh, it's 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's
A
no
lot
like
of these
lyrics.
songs, a lot of these
It's just him
songs
being
are
like, "What's up, everybody?"
so fucking. Even if like I enjoyed it, the novelty of it, like 2-3 minutes in, I was done, and there's 6 minutes.
This is
long.
an album you pause a couple times.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I
did not get through this all at once.
I
And-
did.
Let's say
I
that.
did, and I felt like I was going crazy.
But something I just realized, and this is probably totally like complete, like this just happened, but a marathon is 26.2 miles. The album's 27 songs. It felt like a marathon. It is an exhausting album to listen to. When I was done listening to this, I didn't want to listen to music anymore for a little while.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I was like, I just don't want to listen to music.
If we talk
at
about
all.
it, it's like hilarious.
It's so funny,
It's like-
which is Lil B's brand of being fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So in that, it's a victory. But as an album, musically, damn. But also, it's a victory, but it's a loss. I don't know. It's Lil B as fuck.
It exists as a little B weird thing.
It's the
Like,
most Lil
you-
B thing it could be.
It's the most bass.
You never expect, because like I think
Crazy bass.
Okay, we live in a world right now where like there's a lot of weird hip hop. We
Yes.
talk about it, right? Dude, this is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I think I've listened to.
It blows your
Yeah,
mind.
It's crazy because like you just don't. I'm like, at point, I'm like, I get Lil B. I get, like, what he's going to do. And
I think we all started to get him.
And then he put this out.
We all started
right?
to get him too much.
As his album.
That was it.
And then look where we are. Like, at first we're like, huh. And then, like, we're mad.
I thought this was going to be a 30-second review. We talked right when it came out, do we want to review this? And we're like, but we have to. And we're still talking about it because it is a talking point. Damn, dude. Let's rate it.
It's crazy. No,
he got
it
us.
can't be rated.
But
listen,
got it.
listen. I'm going to just throw out my final thoughts. My rating system. I'm going to give it a base.
Base, yes.
I'm going to give it a base out of 4.
It's the most based album.
It's the most based album of the year.
Possibly ever. Like
it's too based.
It's based.
Shout outs to BasedGod blessing us.
You never get what you want.
Ever.
That's what he wants.
You get what the BasedGod gives
you, and you'll take it.
It's also like...
But thanks for the follow.
It's mildly cozy. Yeah, it's mildly cohesive. And then it has a weird transitional... I thought it was just going to go Latin flavored the rest of the album. But he had like 2 songs, and then he went to like the rawest rapper.
Rawest rapper.
And then he got like, oh man, those real songs where I was like, wow, this is actually like pretty real.
Yeah, sounds like, is he legit or not? Was he being serious? It's tough.
Is it a troll? Is it not? We shouldn't know.
It's fucking
Don't answer
based.
the question, Lil B. Stay based.
And then I think I did. Right after there was like when I first finished it, I was like, I'm never gonna touch this again. Like he did it to me because he like beat me in that time. Like he just drove me insane. So I was just like, I'm done. And then later I was just like, I have to think about this album. And I'm like thinking about it, and I was like, I have to go back. Like, I have to hit some of these songs again.
We have to go
back. Then I was like, just looking, I was like, this is hilarious. Now looking back at all this, like this is so funny that this exists.
It's wild.
And it's called Black Ken.
And remember when he went on like a Twitter rant and he was like dedicating Black Ken to everybody? He's like, this album's dedicated to like Mac Miller. This album's dedicated to like every rapper he's ever worked with. This album's dedicated to Kendrick Lamar. Like all this stuff is so funny.
Dedicating Black Ken to Kendrick is a power play.
That's so funny.
Jesus.
I have to go back and find those tweets.
Oh god.
Amazing.
Anyway, it's a base.
It gets a base.
It's a base.
Hey,
unanimous base.
It's Lil B. Like you know what you're getting into.
Or
like,
do you?
You don't know
still
what
fuck
you're
my
getting
bitch.
into.
No
but,
matter
like,
what.
You think about Lil B and who he. That's why I said conceptually as like a brand and who he is. You will never get what you want, but you'll always get something unexpected.
But you'll always be grateful.
Yeah,
I'm grateful it came out.
Thank you, BasedGod.
Thank you,
Have you heard
BasedGod.
anything like this ever?
Never in my life. Oh yeah, I mean, it sounds like no. Well, I think the last time I heard something like
I got
this
off the street
was like, I don't know, some kid from New York discovered GarageBand. Like maybe that's the closest we have to it.
Some kid from New York make GarageBand, but he'll make specifically
Hip,
80s beats.
Hip, hop, hip, hop. I was like, fuck, dude. That's like halfway through the album, and I'm like, my man, if this is not like close to the end, and you look, that's like 12 of 27, and you're like, fuck, dude.
And then what do you think about
like the 4th song, I think, actually.
Yeah.
What do you think about the only feature, too? I mean, we got I Love McConan showing in for Global.
Spicy.
For Global.
I thought that song was great.
That's
Actually,
a great song.
I like that song, but then it was like 6 minutes.
Yeah, it goes on for so long.
It's like 5 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm clicking on
God.
it. It keeps going, because at the 2-minute mark, I was like, I'm ready for the song to be over.
Yeah.
And like, it kept going.
I feel like at the 2-minute mark, I was like, I'm ready for this album to be over.
Oh my god.
It's rough. But anyway, 3 bass.
It's a journey.
I'm like,
3 bass.
I think I will go back just like occasionally, just because like their mind, just because like
check it out.
Thinking about what he's thinking about while trying to make it is kind of fun.
Yep.
But it's like it's a novelty at the end of the day. So that's why I think based is the accurate. It's for the novel.
It's based.
It's based. If you want to like just I don't know delve deep into the enigma of Lil B and just like figure out what his intention was. It a joke? Was it not a joke? Because the line is so thin.
Right.
He is the line.
Yeah,
He's
he's like he became the line.
Yep.
And if you just want to like know, or it's like we can't even explain it. You just have to listen to it.
You have
if
to
you're
experience
curious,
it.
Just go through it. We're sorry.
If you haven't exhausted your brain this week, listen to Black Ken 100%, and then you're gonna take a nap.
Yeah, listen to
Reflect.
it in chunks. reflect on
life.
it.
It was good. It was fun. It was based.
I don't know if you're just a detective and you just or you're a fan and you just want to figure it out. I guess.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then stay far away.
Skip it.
So I don't know if there's any Lil B project as a whole I would ever be like, you have to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is a whole conceptually a great thing.
Right.
But just like from a bird's eye view, it's always hilarious.
Damn.
You're damn right.
Hell yeah.
And on that, boys,
that's it.
Yeah.
This has been the longest one we've done.
Yeah,
we
a
really
long
went over, but
You
that's
think?
fine. Yeah, it's
Like
10:45. We're almost at
we started at like 9.
That's
10,
fine. It's
15.
good. It's fine.
We'll
But
see.
thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thank you for listening.
I love
As
my team.
always, this has been Mondo Kool, episode
Mondo.
6.
Mondo.
And it's
Mondo.
your boy, Mark Lane. You can get me at SomeBlackKid87 on all social medias. To my left, there's the boy.
Based Rike.
Yeah, just hit me up, Funrike on Twitter, Funrike exclamation point
Get
on
your
Steam.
Steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
People gotta hit me up on Steam.
Get him on
Play
Steam,
with this
boys.
man.
PUBG him up.
Play with me.
He's fun to PUBG. He will throw grenades at you when
I don't
you're
know.
hiding.
We can play Puzzle
Uh-oh, no
Pirates.
shade
I
here,
don't know.
I love Puzzle Pirates. We have never done that yet. We
Well,
gotta
it's
do
a
that as
joke.
a
Oh, yeah,
family.
it's a joke.
I'm not joking. I'm
Okay.
ready. Binglebeard is ready to go. I'm ready to sail.
let's
Anyways,
fucking go.
Christ.
Either way,
On our right, we have...
I'm Austin Dodge, aka Binglebeard on Puzzle Pirates. Add me there.
check out the final episode of the show. everybody.
Yes.
Oh shit! Last
Let's
episode of
plug
show came
show.
out. Something that's really for the culture. Show. Please go watch
Austin
it.
Where can they
Dodge
find
on
Send it
it?
to your mom.
Where can they find it?
Type in Austin Dodge Sucks on YouTube search bar. I found that's the easiest way to find my channel today. I was
Really?
doing some searching. Yeah. Type in Austin Dodge Sucks. First result.
Bam, bam,
It's great.
bam.
Also, again, if you want to watch us live every Tuesday around 9 p.m. we'll be
9
on.
p.m. Pacific time. Tune in. We're here live. We have a post-game and pre-game show where we talk to chat, talk about some extra stuff. goof around.
content.
This is the stuff you subscribe for
Exact-
because we
exact-
are affiliate now, ladies and gentlemen. Throw some bits at me. Dang.
Damn.
It's the hot and steamy times
Ooh,
that you'll only have access to
True.
on Twitch.
The late night podcast.
The late night.
Alright.
Mondo Kool nights.
Beautiful.
After dark.
Well, let's wrap it up here.
Let's wrap it up. Episode 6 in the end. Peace out, y'all. Stay beautiful.
Stay based.
Stay beautiful.